first we need to fix the mental health, sustain the mental health before we go to the emotional health. Emotional health he talked in the second chapter. So imagine these are filters, or I would say the ripples. It's like imagine the lake, calm lake can reflect anything. Or if the lakes are dirty, you cannot see what inside of the lake. So whenever you imagine the mind's like a lake, two qualities appear. One, it can on the surface rippling the water, then you cannot see whatever inside the lake or reflections. The second quality is the water itself. If the water is dirty, also you cannot see properly the reflections and also whatever inside. It's the same our mind. Our mind constantly perceiving things from outside world. Two conditions. What's from outside and coming to the mind, it's like a rippling. The second quality is the mind's already dirty, so then it cannot digest. So our cognitions always need to have this purification process. The mind purify from the external, and then the second stage purify the mind itself. When these two process, purify external purification and the mind purification, internal purification happens. So the mind will become crystal clear, calm, quiet, and then whatever outside information come to your system properly. So I don't want to go to the Chittavritti, I already talk a lot, and then also upload it in my channel so you can listen back again. And from there I moved to Patanjali say that to sustain our mind health, mental health, we need to do two actions. One of the repetitive practice, the second one which I focus a lot with is the vitarka, to let go the cravings, attachment, aversion from the senses. Because our senses, the one key how our mind process the information. So first thing what we need to learn that, my famous cheesecake story. Okay, first we need to recognize which kind of senses are too much attracted to certain things in our life. If we are too much attached to that particular senses, and then we are lost. Our minds cannot process. This is exactly, I would say, that the ripple, or it can, if in the long terms, if you don't work on, it's become like internally, like the mind's getting cloudy. So in the beginning, if you realize you're drawing too much towards certain things, it can be materials, it can be anything, okay? It's sensations. So always refer to the five senses. So we need to say, oh, okay, I need to take care a little bit so that my senses do not fall into this trap. It's like a spider web. Once you stuck, it takes more energy to come out. So even before you stuck in, you realize its craving started. Remember, craving means you like certain things. Aversion means you doesn't like anything. These both are applicable. Attachment and aversions. What we have to apply is the letting go. Vairagya means letting go, walking on with our desire and senses. And from there, Patanjali moved even further. The more you practice and letting go, what comes is, let me check is what he's talking the next. Yes. When you practice and letting go, practice means what here? Okay, I have too much attachments towards cheesecake. So I need to finding some sort of actions, a practice, so that this practice help me to let go of my attachments towards the cheesecake. This is what I'm talking about. Not something very bigger picture, something concretely. You know, okay, I'm attached too much towards alcohol. Okay, this is your attachments, and you need to find something, what actions I can do so that I can let go of the attachments to alcohol. So we have so much things in our life, you know. Some people have a negative emotion, for example, hatred and jealousy. For let's say jealousy. You have the tendency towards jealous towards other persons or whatever coming naturally. So that is your things you need to work on. Find some practice to work on with the jealousy so that you can let go the aversions or attachment towards the jealousy. How? The more and more you apply these two, comes this sutra number 17, what you're talking about. Vitarka, vicara, ananda, asmitaropa, anugamat, samprajnatah. It's translated as practice and detachment will develop 4 types of samadhi: self-analysis, synthesis, bliss, and experience of the pure being. This is very important because whenever we apply these two methods, practice and letting go, we have some sort of a momentary liberations. This is in Sanskrit we call samadhi. Samadhi here have different layers, different branches. So the first layer of the samadhi is some sort of experience. I would call that, that's why I'm translated in English, momentarily liberations. You get it, the word I'm saying. So in that moment you're doing this practice, you felt some sort of a liberated that particular moment. This liberation may be a couple of minutes, maybe stay 1 hour. But remember, after 1 hour probably my craving towards the cheesecake might come back again. Or maybe one day, today I do the practice, okay, I don't think about the cheesecake. And tomorrow I go to the some cafe, I saw the cheesecake, my craving come back again. Okay, it can come back again and again, but the key is you do the repetitive practice and let it go. When you do this, observe if you are developing some sort of liberations or freedom in that particular moment. And the more and more you're increasing these liberations, and then you say, okay, my practice are giving some sort of actions, like this fruit. So it works. And it's a little bit dangerous also. My father always said, sometimes if you apply some antidote, if you realize this antidote really works, our monkey mind can also make a little bit trick. Okay, I like to make this practice because it's very benefiting for me. And these again become attachments. Okay, don't too much attached to this practice and make this practice just to sustain the qualities of the momentary liberation, what I'm talking about. And as I say, Patanjali said there are 4 momentary liberations we can sustain. I just want to talk about the first one, self-analysis. That is we call vitarka. Self-analysis is also to talk about analytical thinking, analytical study, arguments, inference and conjecture. This is like the moment you apply this method and letting go, your cognition started to analyzing. Yes, my cravings get a little bit better. You're thinking. This is like a cognition level, something like subtle level. You're no more too much addicted to your tongue. Cheesecakes. No, something happening in your subconscious mind. It's like your cognitions have some sort of a analytical way of analyzing, but not too detailed analyzing. In that moment, that practice makes some sort of a thought process happening, and this thought process help you to liberate in that particular moment. Anybody can really correlate this what I'm talking about? Sometimes when you are ready, everybody has some sort of addictions. We all have some addictions. If I have a cheesecake addictions, probably you have some coffee addictions. Okay, we have a lot of addictions in the world. So whenever we don't think about these addictions, then we're lost. The moment we do something to work on with addictions, the first things coming is the cognitions. The mind started to analyzing. That's mostly when you go to psychotherapists and when you meet professionals to get help, they ask you to analyze which kind of addiction, what you're doing, what make you attached toward that. This kind of you questioning yourself, self-analysis. This self-analysis, the moment this self-analysis coming to surface, you already start working on liberating from that addictions or that particular attachment and aversions. Okay, so when that happening, good, because something are progressing. So for today's practice, I want you are keeping in your practice, choose one addictions what you think like is going disturbing in your daily life. Any addictions, okay? You can choose anything and you set the intentions, okay, I want to do today's practice to letting go of these addictions. To let go. Addiction can be positive, can be negative, okay? I'm not saying only negative. It can be something positive. So to let go attachments to, I don't know, being beautiful. I want to be beautiful. I want to be beautiful. Okay? And okay, some people are, okay, I need to do all my skincare routine every day. Okay, I don't know. We have so much crazy things in the world. So sometimes, sometimes this happens. Let go also from time to time. Too much of certain things are become poison. That's, too much we do certain things in our life, it's become poison. That is addictions, attachment and aversion. So choose anything come very naturally right now. You can close your eyes. Choose anything.